Hallo und herzlich willkommen, meine lieben YouTubies, zum Let's Play The Forgotten City. Jawohl, genau. Ich hoffe, es geht euch allen gut. Ihr seid alle bereit und ihr freut euch alle auf das Let's Play. Ich freue mich. Zuallererst möchte ich mich entschuldigen, dass im letzten Let's Play leider keine kein Gequassel von mir zu hören war. Da leider das Auna-Mikrofon ausgeschaltet wurde via OBS. Warum, wieso, weshalb, weswegen? IDN, I don't know. So, machen wir weiter. Wir sind ja hier bis zum oberen Ende des Palastes gekommen. Und müssen uns jetzt 106 Meter hier durchqueren. Ach, ich hab... Oh, fuck. Wieso hab ich denn... Das ist so blöd. Ich hab gar keine Pfeile. Mensch, wo kriege ich denn Pfeile her? Hier müssen doch irgendwo... Ja, toll, Münzbeutel. Hier. Oh, halt. Stopp. Game over. Oh Mann, woher sollte ich denn... Ja, nochmal laden. Ich wusste, dass es da irgendwo Pfeile gab. Aber... Wow. So, wir sind hier gewesen. Hier herrscht eine große Munitionsknappheit, stelle ich gerade fest. Hier kommen wir nicht weiter. Hier auch nicht. So. Oh no! Oh. So ein Mist, wie komme ich denn jetzt hier wieder hoch? Nochmal laden. Ich hoffe, das war jetzt auch das Richtige. da wäre noch so ein Typ. Nein. Also müssen wir das Ganze nochmal machen. Ach, ärgerlich. Jetzt, also dreimal ist jetzt fast einmal zu viel. So, wir nehmen die mit. Hey, ich komme hier. Hallo? Mann! Fuck! Kann die denn alle her? Mann! Dreht die doch! Was ist denn das für ein toller Bug? Also das ist doch scheiße. Mann, ey. Einfach mal hier vorankommen. Nimm die! Aha. Wir haben jetzt nochmal 10 Pfeile. Tritt sie doch! Bingo. Da geht's nicht lang. Ha! sollte mal dringend einer zum Aufräumen kommen. So. Sieh dir die Schriftrollen in der Nähe an. NAEVIAs Tagebuch, BD3.
My attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been good.
Meine geliebte Galatea, meine Versuche, diese Seelen aus ihren goldenen Gefängnissen zu befreien, verlief nicht nach Plan. Mein erster Versuch war eine griechische Frau, die ich Iodame nannte, nach der Athenerin, die von Medusa versteinert wurde. Als ich das Gold durchbohrte, das sie umhüllte, wurde ich durch die Entdeckung bestätigt, dass sich unter einem halben Zoll Gold, das so starr ist, dass es eine Art Legierung sein muss, lebendes Fleisch befand. Diese goldene Legierung scheint mit ihrer Haut verschmolzen zu sein. Ihre Entfernung legt die Sehnen und Muskeln darunter frei und fügt ihr große Schmerzen zu. Ich hatte erwartet, dass diese Tat die goldene Regel bricht, aber das tat sie nicht. Ich weiß nicht, welcher Gott diese armen Seelen hier eingesperrt hat, aber ihre Leiden scheinen ihm egal zu sein. Sie sind verloren. Unbeirrt machte ich weiter, arbeitete bis spät in die Nacht und versuchte, die goldene Schicht, von der sie umhüllt war, so behutsam wie möglich zu entfernen. Schließlich gelang es mir, den Großteil ihres Körpers zu befreien. Doch als ich sie von ihren Fesseln löste, war das Erste, was sie tat, sich auf meine Kehle zu stürzen, um mich mit all ihrer Kraft und diesen scharfen Metallklauen zu zerkratzen. Das war mein Dank für den Versuch, sie zu retten. Was auch immer Iodame dazu angeleitet hat, mich anzugreifen, sie war offensichtlich nicht die richtige Person für meine Experimente. Ich sah mich dazu gezwungen, sie in einem isolierten Flügel des Palastes einzusperren. Während meiner Arbeit an den anderen konnte ich hören, wie sie sich endlos hin und her wälzte. Meine anderen Experimente haben leider zu ähnlichen Ergebnissen geführt. Ich habe meinen Standort mehrfach geändert. Der Großteil des Palastes ist nun aber zu gefährlich, um darin zu arbeiten. So sehr eure Leiden mich betrübt, so kann ich doch nicht riskieren, euch jetzt zu entgolden. Nicht bis ich die Methode perfektioniert habe, die euch zu mir zurückbringen wird. Gesund in Körper und Verstand und bei erhaltener Menschlichkeit. Eines schwöre ich euch, wir werden eines Tages zusammen sein, selbst wenn ich jede einzelne Statue an diesem von den Göttern verlassenen Ort befreien muss. Das war eine Schriftrolle. Und mehr haben wir hier nicht. Nein. Wow. Oh nein, das Ziel verfehlt. Wow. Dieser Apfel sieht frisch aus. Hier ist vor kurzem jemand durchgegangen. Aha. Oh. Abgeblätterte Goldstatue. Scheint tot zu sein. Offensichtlich hat sein Tod nicht gegen die goldene Regel verstoßen. Oha. Ist aber viel Blut hier. So, gehen wir rein. Näher. Aha. Ihr könnt sprechen. Wer seid ihr? Hinter mir? Wow! Ach du Scheiße. Ihr müsst NAEVIA sein.
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that.
Das ist mir jetzt neu. Ach Mann, verdammt. Wie verhalte ich mich jetzt hier richtig? Lass mich mal eben gucken. Und einmal Nase putzen. Augenblick. Die Dame hat ja Zeit. Weil da ist bestimmt, wenn man wieder irgendwas richtig macht. Das hat nichts mit mir zu tun.
Liar! I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. I just wanted to do my experiments in peace for her. And now look at her. You made me turn the most beautiful woman I've ever seen into this. Look at her. She's in agony. All I wanted was to spend my last moments with her, to see her beautiful face, to hear her speak freely, instead of in those cryptic whispers. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped whispering to me. And now I discover she started whispering to you instead. What's so special about you?
Ja, was macht mich so besonders? Diese Statue ist nicht die einzige, die mir zuflüstert. Viele tun es. Ich höre aber immer dieselbe Stimme.
What do you mean, the same voice?
Es ist, als würde mir jemand anders durch die Statuen zuflüstern.
Yes. I remember when they used to whisper to me. They did sound similar. I just thought it was because all voices sound the same when they whisper. But now that I think about it, they were all benevolent and seemed to share a common knowledge. But if these bodies are mere conduits for that one voice, then this body is nobody. And everything I've done here was... Wait, I see what you're doing. You're trying to steal her away from me. Were you planning to wait until I'd done all the hard work, then swoop in? Is that it?
Nein, ich schwöre.
Liar! You tried to steal her away from me, and now look what you made me do. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't peel you too.
Ich bin zufällig hier gelandet. Alles, was ich will, ist weggehen.
What? What are you talking about?
Ich saß im Tunnel unter der Stadt fest und bin auf der Suche nach einem Ausweg im Palast angekommen.
Wait. So you're saying you weren't coming for us?
Ich hatte nie die Absicht, euch zu verletzen.
So I did all this. I ruined her. For nothing. What have I done? Oh God, I feel sick. I can't bear the thought of her being like this. And in so much pain. It's the air, coming into contact with her flesh. It's agonizing for them. But the only way to fix it will be to break the golden rule and let it run its course. At least that way she'd be golden again, and we'd be together. All it would take is one little cut.
Wartet, ich kann das nicht ungeschehen machen.
It's too late. There's nothing you can do. I have to do this. I'm sorry.
Ich kann sie wieder mit Gold bedecken.
What? How?
Dieser goldene Bogen ist die Waffe, die Menschen in Gold hüllt.
Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if you can undo this mess, I'll give you the key to my old medical chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I imagine it would help Lucretia ease the suffering of those still in the city. But if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule and kill you and everyone else in this city. Understood?
In Ordnung, trete zurück. Puff.
You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor souls, what can be done for them? I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly was whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. Here's the key I promised you. It opens a chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I believe there are a few things in there which may be useful to Lucretia.
Danke.
Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there.
Wiedersehen, Nevia.
Go, and never return.
So. Überlebender. Jetzt gehe ich mal davon aus. Ui. Eigentlich, ich habe diese blöde Seilwinde noch nicht. Ein Springbrunnen, der frisches Wasser produziert. Aber woher könnte das Wasser kommen? Nein, die ist es nicht. Frische. Ich suche eine bestimmte Person. Wir können auch hier erstmal speichern. Nee, hierüber auch nicht. Mensch, wo soll die denn sein? Ich glaube, mit der sollten wir reden.
Feeling all right? I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is NAEVIA's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up. My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Was ist denn jetzt kaputt? Was habe ich denn jetzt falsch gemacht? Ja, hoppala. Das muss man jetzt aber nicht verstehen, oder? noch alles so dunkel hier. Also den Tod habe ich jetzt nicht kommen sehen.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost?
Ich bin Patrick 2 und wir hatten diese Unterhaltung bereits.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life. Oh, I guess how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you. Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it. Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake, and... but don't... Oh, sounds serious. Alright, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Okay, das hat nicht geklappt. Ich dachte, ich hätte dieses doofe Ding. Ich bin etwas im Moment gerade verwirrt.
Oh, just attach the boat and... but... Oh. Alright, let me see. I'll go.
The 49 melodies fetch again.
Also auf den Tod war ich wirklich nicht vorbereitet. Aber jetzt sollte ja alles wieder normal laufen, nehme ich an.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called silphium, but that Culus cubulatus decius won't give it to me. It's too late. She just slipped away. No, now it's fine. I can't afford to wallow here. And I need the distraction. What's on your mind?
Ich höre ständig die Statuen flüstern.
Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was NAEVIA, and she went a little mad.
Erzählt mir mehr über NAEVIA.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying, but I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem. A real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain. I really shouldn't say, He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know NAEVIA would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace. Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Let me know how you go.
Blähungen, Rhabarber, Geschwüre, Enziane, Magenschmerzen, Glucoriza, Rheuma, Weidenrinde und Furunkel, Aloe.
Feeling all right? Oh, I see. Well, what's the treatment?
Weidenrinde.
Willowback. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. If this works, it should settle Rufius down some. I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Okay. Gut, das lässt sich einrichten.
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did.
So.
Alright. Well, thanks again for helping remove the thorn from the lion's paw. The spirit of Androcles smiles upon you.
Dann gehen wir jetzt zu Rufius.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step. Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but family's from Seleucia on Tigris, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th, the one they call Ironclads. Same way as everyone else. Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious? Magistrate made me toss it in a chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now. If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either. Nobody is supposed to know about that. Did Lucretia tell you? Look, I haven't been at my best lately. All my joints ache constantly and the pain. It has a way of messing with your head. I get stirred up by things that shouldn't bother me. And then there's the statues and my doubts about my faith. And I just want to scream. You want to help me? Do what Lucretia hasn't been able to do. And find me something to make the pain go
Ha,
away.
wir haben ja was.
Until then, get out of my face. You again. What about it?
Ich habe eine Behandlungsmethode gefunden. Esst etwas Weinrinde und euch sollte es schnell besser gehen.
Willow bark. And this will work? Oh, thank God. Finally, some relief. This is what I've been praying for. Maybe God hasn't abandoned me after all. Thank you. I've been in a lot of pain lately. The rheumatism, these cursed statues always watching, and the crisis of faith. It was too much. Started messing with my head. This is exactly what I needed to set it straight again. I owe you one. See you around.
So, damit hätten wir dem Patient Rufius schon mal geholfen. So, dann gehen wir wieder in den Ort rein. Und wir sprechen mal mit Marcella, oder wie ist sie? Fabia.
Shiny. Salve and welcome. Need something? Oh, there's not much to tell. I mostly just bake bread and try to help out where I can. I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me, a fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful fever. I spent the next week in bed. Pa paid priests to make offerings to Asclepius, a white rooster, then a goat. But nothing worked. In the end, they decided I'd do better outside the city. Clean air in the countryside would do me good, they said. But after about a day in a carriage on the Appian Way, I was getting worse, not better. I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep, because when I opened them again, I was in a forest by a river. I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to catch what I had either. Anyway, I went searching for help, stumbled across the trapdoor temple, and here I am. It's nice of you to say, but you should save your sympathy. Lots of people here need it more than I do. All right, thanks again for...
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Daisies, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land. Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail? Is this a riddle, or perhaps you mean to say you feel like you are ahead of your time? I feel the same way. Another reason for us to stick together. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps? My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum. You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all? I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our head. Don't you agree? Oh, and there is another reason too.
Oh.
If we all end up as golden statues for future generations to marvel at, I don't know about you, but I would like to look my best. A good question. A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself. I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa. Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am. Anything you like. I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Did you find a pattern then? What have you noticed? Yes. I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else? There are definitely some common threads there. But I think we'll need at least a few to ensure we're not just seeing coincidences. Keep asking people how they wound up here. I don't want us to rush to any conclusions yet. Livia's fate weighs heavily on my mind, and dictates we should be sure. Yes, you should ask the others first. Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbours.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again, for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But, on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were. Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in. Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend. Salve again, Now, what's on your mind? I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's going to take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell. That's good enough for me. And how could you... Oh, wait. You've seen it in another time loop, haven't you? Well, in that case, we need to find a way to make sure Malleolus loses. Better yet, get him to withdraw altogether. If you can do that, and Sentius is the only candidate left, I'll run against him. Deal? Alright, friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community.
Salve.
My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. You arrived on a sad day, friend. What with Julia's death. I wish we could have met under better circumstances. Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place. I like that. We're going to get on well, friend. Well, I'm an architect. Help out, but you... Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek. I'm not sure. It could mean that the Romans, who first started building here, were just copying Greek architecture, which they do all the time. Or it could mean that they were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell. Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm. Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it. You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know.
Ja.
Of course. Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company. Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, You expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi. Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong. It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists. Strange bunch. They insist there's only one God, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule. Let's hope so. Nice to talk to you.
So, der nette schwule Virgil. Nettes Kerlchen. Ja, das soll's dann auch erstmal mit dem Let's Play gewesen sein. Virgil schrubbt weiter die Hauswand. Und wir sehen uns im nächsten Let's Play wieder. Wenn ihr möchtet, könnt ihr das Video gerne mit einem Daumen nach oben bewerten. Kommentieren, wenn ihr wollt. Und ja, ich hoffe, euch hat Spaß gemacht. Und wir sehen uns im nächsten Let's Play wieder. So, Virgil ist fertig mit Putzen. Und wir verabschieden uns auch. Bis zum nächsten Let's Play. Tschüss!